Hello traders, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I am going to give you the exact times of the New York Killzone when the most precise and high probability moves tend to occur. If you trade during these specific times, you will get the highest quality setups compared to other times of the day. These times are algorithmic and ensure efficient delivery of price and the proper functioning of all ICT concepts, whether it's a fair value gap, an inverse fair value gap, or anything else. So let's get straight into this. First, what does a time-driven model mean? It simply refers to a model that exploits predictable liquidity rates occurring at specific times of the day, often followed by clean directional price delivery. By limiting execution to a precise 30 to 60-minute window, it ensures that only the highest quality setups are traded. Now, in the New York Killzone, we have two key times. The first key time is 6:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, which corresponds to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Look at this example. We have a buy-side liquidity sweep occurring exactly at 6:30 p.m. IST, and the market immediately moves straight toward the sell-side liquidity. You can see the same example here. This buy-side liquidity was swept right at 8 a.m. EST, and the market delivered directly into sell-side liquidity. You can verify the time at the bottom of the screenshot. The second key time is 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, which is 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Look at this example. We have a sell-side liquidity sweep occurring exactly at 7:30 p.m. IST, and the market immediately moves straight toward the buy-side liquidity. You can see the same example here. This sell-side liquidity was swept right at 9 a.m. EST, and the market delivered directly into buy-side liquidity. You can verify the time at the bottom of the screenshot. Now, let's dive into the charts and break down some real, high-precision examples so you can actually see how these time-driven setups play out in live market conditions. Watch closely, because once you understand how price reacts around these exact moments, you'll never look at the New York Killzone the same way again. So coming to the charts, we can see a clear swing high, which we will mark as our buy-side liquidity. Similarly, this swing low will be marked as our sell-side liquidity. Now, all we have to do is wait for the market to take out either one of these liquidity levels during our key times. Here you can see the market swept our sell-side liquidity exactly at 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, which is 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Once that happens, we drop down to the 1-minute time frame to look for confirmations. Notice how we get a market structure shift. The candle closes outside the previous high. That's our signal. So we enter long right there, place our stop below the low, and target the buy-side liquidity. And as you can see, the market goes straight to our target. Clean and efficient price delivery. Now check this out on the 15-minute chart. You'll see how price swept the sell-side liquidity exactly at our key time and delivered a beautiful move. Now, let's look at another example. So, coming to this example, we have a swing high, which we will mark as our buy-side liquidity, and a swing low, which we will mark as our sell-side liquidity. Now look at this. The market sweeps the sell-side liquidity right at 7:30 p.m. Indian time, which is 9 a.m. Eastern time. From here, we drop down to the lower time frame to look for an entry. We now have an inverse fair value gap, formed because the bullish candle closes outside the bearish fair value gap. So we take a long entry from this gap, place our stop below the low, and target the buy-side liquidity. The market triggers our order, pulls back a bit, putting us in slight drawdown, and then slowly starts pushing upward, eventually delivering our target. You can clearly see how the low that was created during our key time stayed protected. Now, in this example, we have a swing high, which we will mark as our buy side liquidity, and a swing low, which we will mark as our sell side liquidity. You can see that this buy side liquidity gets swept right at 6:30 p.m. Indian time, which is 8 a.m. Eastern time. Next, we drop down to the 1-minute time frame to look for entries. Here you can see a fair value gap that gets respected, and then price forms a change in state of delivery. So we take a short entry, place our stop above the gap, and target the sell side liquidity. The market instantly starts moving downward and hits our target cleanly. So the idea is simple. Use your own entry setups, but align them with these key times, and you'll see the results for yourself. Now let's go to the next example. So coming to our next example, we have this low as our sell side liquidity because it is a clear swing low. Our swing high has already been taken out at our key time, which is 6:30 p.m. Indian time or 8 a.m. Eastern time. Now we drop down to the 1-minute time frame to look for confirmations. Here you can see an inverse fair value gap along with a market structure shift to the downside since the candle closed outside the previous low. That gives us our entry. So we enter short, place our stop above the gap, and target the sell side liquidity. And look at this, how cleanly the market moves straight into that sell side liquidity. This is the power of time and price. Once you learn to apply it properly, the results will honestly amaze you. So in our last example, we have a swing high, which becomes our buy side liquidity, and a swing low, which becomes our sell side liquidity. We simply wait for the market to take out either level during our key time. Here, the market takes out our buy side liquidity exactly at 6:30 p.m. Indian time, which is 8 a.m. Eastern time. Now we drop down to the 1-minute time frame to look for entries. We get a clear market structure shift, and we also have a fair value gap. So we take a short entry, place our stop above the high, and target the sell side liquidity. Price immediately begins displacing to the downside, and as you can see here, it delivers our target perfectly. You can also see the time marked right here. So, thanks for watching. I hope this breakdown helped you understand how powerful time-driven models and the New York Killzone can be when you apply them correctly. If you want to continue learning with me, you can join my Telegram and Discord communities. Inside, you'll get daily market overviews, insights, trade breakdowns, and you can ask me anything whenever you're stuck or unsure about a setup. And for those of you who want to take your trading to the next level with direct one-on-one mentorship, you can message me personally on Discord. I'm always there to guide serious learners and help you develop a clean, structured approach to trading. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.